It is time once again for a weekly wrap-up wherein I tell you about all the books I read in the past 7 days. It's been a very good reading week. I got a lot done, I got a lot read, and I am one happy Rachel. I'm going to quickly mention the 3 books that were for my award winners project. I read Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler, and I have already filmed a review video on both of these. Quick version, very dark. The first book was excellent. The second book was too much for me. Lots of interesting ideas. And the third book was, finally I finished Moving Mars by Greg Bear. I started this book right after DNFing Darwin's Radio by Bear, wrong book at a very, very wrong time. And so I did not have high expectations for Moving Mars, but it was good enough I didn't DNF it for, well, that's not really a compliment, is it? I didn't like this book very much. What it's actually about is in the title of the book. This is not a spoiler, it's the title of the book. They move a planet, but it takes over 300 pages to get to that point, and then it happens, and then it's over, and I'm like, you just got to the most interesting bit and we're just gonna stop? Really? To top it all off, I hated the main character. This book is really structured like a biography of her life, and she was irritating and irritated throughout the entire book. I mean, truly, her emotions range from irritated to angry to upset to offended, and she can never articulate why she feels this way. She's so thin-skinned, but she wants to be a career politician. I will have more to say about this book when I do my wrap-up at the end of the month. Well, I'm not sure if I'll have more to say about it. I will just expand on these themes. The plot wasn't very good, the structure was a mess, the main character was annoying as all get out, and there are too many excruciatingly boring scientific ideas in this. You know what, I'm not going to talk about this book anymore. We'll just leave it at that, and I will refer to this video when I film my wrap-up at the end of the month because I'm done with this book. It wasn't very good. For the record, I have heard that some of Greg Bear's earlier work, particularly a book called Eon, are really good and have like amazing physics in them. I'm not so sure that I will try reading any of his other books, but maybe judge him by those rather than the ones that I have struggled with. Then I read the absolute book for my mood this week, Thrice the Brinded Cat Hath Mew'd by Alan Bradley. I love the titles of the books in this series. This is the 8th Flavia de Luce mystery novel, and it has a very predictable, not that great murder mystery plot, but I needed this book. It was fluffy in some ways. It had all of the Flavia family feels that I really, really want. So many scenes between her and Dogger, and it abandons, at least for the moment, some of the more out there plot developments that I haven't liked that much, and just focuses on Flavia's continuing family problems, identity issues. It has a pretty cliffhanger ending that relates to her family rather than the mystery part of it, and I am extremely eager for the next book. As this is the 8th book, I don't want to talk too much about what's actually in the book, but I love this character. I love her relationships with her family, with Dogger, with the local detective, and I really enjoy the way that Bradley writes and evokes this 1950s England eccentric feel. And the last book I have to talk about from this week is The Marvels by Brian Selznick. Isn't this cover amazing? Oh, it's so beautiful. Brian Selznick is the author of The Invention of Hugo Cabret, which was turned into the movie Hugo, and I really enjoyed the book and I really enjoyed the movie, and I don't think I've read anything else by him. So when I saw this book months and months and months ago, I think I learned about it from Patty back when she was still making videos. She had like a BEA haul, and I saw the cover and I was like, I need to read that. It's a children's book, and most of it is pictures in the style of Hugo Cabret. There are two stories in this. The first one is the story of a family, multi-generations of a family of actors in England in the 18th and 19th centuries. So the first 400 pages are that story told entirely in pictures. And then there's a second, seemingly unrelated story that's told in words in about the last 250 pages, and they eventually have a connection. And I really enjoyed the ending of this. I really like Selznick's art style. He's done the covers of a lot of middle grade books, particularly I know him from Andrew Clement's covers, like Frendel. I mean, tell me if you've read Frendel, because I loved that book when I was a kid. So I like Selznick's art, and I haven't experienced that much of his fiction, but I'm not going to say no to pretty pictures. So initially I thought it was just an okay story, it was well illustrated, and the ending makes it worth it. It's such an easy read, but I have to admit that up until maybe 100 pages from the end, I wasn't sure what people loved about this so much, but now I understand. So I would totally recommend this, and I really need to go out and get Wonderstruck by Selznick. It's the other book done in this format, and I think I will also really like it. That is it from me this week. Hopefully I will get some more videos filmed, and there will be a lot of videos between now and the end of the year. I'm having some home improvement projects done starting in the middle of this coming week and going all the way up until right before Christmas, so my ability to film things may not be so great, but hopefully I will have enough stuff pre-filmed that it will all be okay. But now I suspect my end of the year videos, like favorite books, favorite new to me authors, and upcoming releases and stuff, may be delayed a bit more than I expected, because with my video making hiatus in like November, I got really behind on all the things that I wanted to film, and I'm trying to play catch up now. But it was a needed break. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go off and make myself some more tea and read some of The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.